Hey guys, we're doing today. In today's video, we'll be doing a review of all three games for round 4 of the Six Nations. So, first of all three games were actually brilliant to watch. First of all, with Wales versus Italy, Wales did beat Italy to 48-7, so it was a pretty convincing win overall. From the start, Wales were really just dominant throughout the whole way. Within the first half, I think they scored 4 tries. I might be wrong with that. I think they scored at least 3 to 4 tries, and it was ridiculous, the amount that they had. Here we go. So obviously Josh Adams got off the start with a try within 7th minute. So that was a good start, really, and it was a well-worked try, actually, just simple try in that sense. And it was again a simple try, but more or less, they just continued their dominance. And then in the 13th minute, then Faletau got another try for Wales, and it's just another well-worked try in that sense where they had a scrum and more or less passed it out, and he put the ball down the line. So well-worked try there. Then Ken Owens just did bits essentially within a space of 9 minutes or 10 minutes, you could say, where he scored a try within the 20th minute, pretty much threw a line out, and then the exact same thing really throughout the second one within the 29th minute. So he was just steamrolling, you could say, within this game for sure. And then that was really 4 tries within the first half, which was just ridiculous to think about. And Wales really just dominated the game. I think they were up 27. They must have been they were out there essentially within the first half. But more or less within the second, Wales really did continue their dominance. I think Lee Zaman did get a try in the 41st minute, I believe. So he just continued their run. Actually, no, it was George North actually who got the 41st try. And then Montione actually did get a try back for Italy, which is kind of nice to see. At least he was a well-run try, pretty much down the left flank. Montione just too quick for everyone, really, just ran through and put the ball down. So it was a good try from them, and Garbisi did well to actually convert that try as well. So they're up 7 points from that. But from there, Wales really just continued their dominance with Sheedy getting a try to his name within the 59th minute, I believe, and then Lewis Lee Salmon, which was in the 63rd. So overall, it was just a really dominant game, really, from Wales. They just controlled the game from back to front, and it was more or less. If I look to my man of the match from that game, I'd probably say it's between Faletau and Ken Owens, but I'll probably give it to Faletau purely on the basis which he got to try to his name, but he was just really good within his tackling success, and he was really crucial for Wales within the breakdown. He got a lot of penalties for Wales within that breakdown. So that's kind of the reason why I'm edging towards Faletau rather than Ken Owens. But Owens, he was ridiculous, of course, within that match. So credit to him as well. But anyway, moving on to the second match, obviously that was England versus France, and to be honest, I think this was probably the best match out of all the 3 matches this weekend. It was just so intense, the intensity within both teams wanting to win. The game went right off the mark when Dupont literally had I think he scored a try within the first it was 1 minute and 30 seconds, I believe. It was ridiculous, how quick it was. Well, I think France literally on their first attack got the ball down to the left hand flank, literally passed it. I think it was Vakatawa who literally just ran through, and then Dupont had a chance where I think he was the one who kicked it, and then someone I knew someone kicked it. I might not be Dupont, but someone kicked up in the air. Then literally Dupont, he got a lucky bounce, you could say, but it literally bounced up to him, and all he had to do was just put it down. So it was a perfect try in that sense. France got off straight off the mark to that, and they obviously converted that as well. So then they were 7-0 up. But then England did respond actually pretty quickly within the 9th minute with Anthony Watson. More or less, they had another. You could say it's not a similar try, but they went down the right hand flank this time, and it was just off the line out quickly through the backs, and more or less just had a 2-on-1 situation where they just passed it out to the free man, which was Anthony Watson, and he just able to put the ball down. So it was a very close game, you could say, within that within the first half. You can definitely say. I think the first half was 10-0 to my knowledge. So it was just it was ridiculous. I might be wrong with that actually. Where no, it wasn't 10-0 because what's his name, Punan actually got a try within the 31st minute, I believe. I can check that right now. I might be wrong. It's either the 31st minute or 51st. But I do believe it was within the first half because it was within the first half because France did end up winning within the first half. It was 17-13 to France. Panon did score within the 31st minute. And it was a well-worked try again. It was more or less, he pretty much just broke through the defence. And it's pretty much just a one-on-2 situation, which he were just easy situation really to come through. And put the ball down the line. And it was yeah, obviously they did convert that. So yeah, they're in a very good position, you could say, throughout the whole game, France. But then yeah, within the second half, it was way more intense, really, because I mean most of the points were was scored within the first half. So it was more or less just who was going to make the less mistakes, really. And yeah, it came down to, you could say, within the last 10 minutes, really, of the game, which it was really, that's what decided the game. And yeah, I mean, France, like, they were actually winning penalties, France, but it was more or less like where France, it was actually their own fault, and where whenever they won a penalty, England would have won it straight back. And fair credit to England, they did very well to actually win penalties, like, as soon as they gave one up. So yeah, they did well in that aspect, and yeah, they were able to, like, go up the pitch from that, and then obviously I think it was a line-out, and yeah, they just continued on the pressure, really. And then I think within the 75th minute, Itoje did get a try. It was checked first because it did look like originally, like I thought originally it didn't actually make it, but if you actually look at it through the TMO, it actually did show that Itoje did put it down. So yeah, it was that was a good decision actually from the ref, as well as it shows the use of TMO being correct. So that was a good try there, really. And yeah, that kind of like decided the game in that sense. And yeah, it kind of the game ended up being 23-20 to England. So that was a huge win, you could say, for England, because they've been criticised, you could say, throughout the Six Nations for not being where you could say where Wales is at the moment, where they're about to win the Grand Slam next week. So this is one of those wins which they needed just to take the pressure off them, really. And it was it's a well-deserved win for England, really. But yeah, anyway, with the last and final match, literally the match I've just seen, I'm just in a state of shock, really, just the amount of work that Scotland went through. But more or less, the game did end up 27-24 to Ireland at the end of the day. But wow, what another great game, really. I'd say definitely the second best match of the Six Nations within this round. And yeah, I mean, both sides, really went into it. I mean, Ireland really took off the mark within the first half. I mean, they went like 10 points clear, I think, within the first, you could say, 10 minutes, just because they were just really dominant, you could say, within the first half. With that first 15, I mean. And yeah, they got a try to their name, and I believe it was, let me just check who it was again. Sorry, just going to quickly check, because I am sure that it was one of the, it might have been, it was a Henshaw, sorry, it was Henshaw, because more or less what happened was that, I think it was Sexton who kicked it up in the air, and then it was so, for me, I found it stupid, because like two Scotland players, including Stuart Hogg, were literally trying to get the ball off Keith Earls, but it actually bounced back, and then all Henshaw had to do was just come in down and just score a try. So I'm not going to say it was a soft try, because it was executed well from actually the kick, but you could say it wasn't defended well enough. So yeah, pretty much Ireland did go in front from that, and then from there, Ireland really just continued their dominance really from there, and I mean, they just played really well within that first half. It was more or less like where they just didn't do a lot to actually. How do I say, like, they didn't give a lot of penalties, you could say, within the first half. It was only within, I'd say, after the 20th minute, you could say, where it was like, whoa, like, what's happening here? And yeah, it was really after there where I think it was Finn Russell, it's such a weird try, but I was going to totally accept that anyway, where I think it was Stuart Hogg who actually retained the ball. And what happened was that he had the ball, so he intercepted the ball, really, first. It looked like he knocked it on, but because it hit his feet, I think, but it actually hit his face, and then he actually kicked it away, and then Finn Russell was able to pounce on it. James Lowe, for some reason, wasn't able to control the ball, and then literally all that Finn Russell had to do was just literally control it and just put it down. And that kind of brought Scotland back within the game. It was really intense, you could say. I think within the first half it ended 10-14, with Ireland getting an extra penalty just before the half, which was very crucial for them to get that penalty. And Sexton did very well throughout the whole game, actually, to convert his penalties. So that was a good thing I noticed. But really just Ireland really just continued their dominance, really. And I think it was Bernie who did get a try to his name. It was just it was just a well-worked try again. It was more or less that they just dug deep, just went to what they were just continuously within the 22, and they just well-deserved try, really. But then this is where it actually got interesting, where Scotland actually came back with, I believe it was Hugh, who actually literally came off the bench, like seconds after he came off the bench. Scotland had an opportunity, literally, it was a Johnson who had a good run within the middle, got past a few players, and then all he had to do was just pass it out. And then I think it was Stuart Hogg who created the 3-on-2 situation where Hugh was able to just drive past two players, and he was able to step, I believe it was Gibson Park, and then literally able to put the ball down. It was a well-worked try, actually. That was probably the best try in the game. And then yeah, from there, I mean, Stuart Hogg was able to convert it due to Finn Russell having a head injury at the time. So I don't think he even came on for the rest of the game. But it was more or less, yeah, Stuart Hogg that had to take kicking duties, and he did pretty well to convert it. So I believe it went to 17-24 at that time. And then yeah, from there, Scotland, it was went back and forth, but then Ireland had a stupid thing where they actually had a line out, but then I think they took it too early or something like that. So then actually it went to Scotland's favour, and then from there they were able to get a penalty, kick it out for a line out, I believe, and then yeah, from there they're just able to continue pressure really on within the Ireland 22, and yeah, they were just literally Ireland was just, credit to them, they were actually defending very well throughout the whole game. Particularly within that 22, but yeah, at the end of the day, Hamish Watson actually came in, and the movement he did was he was up in the air, and then he came around and he put the ball down. It was such a. When I first saw it from the first angle camera, it didn't actually look like he got it down, but when you actually look at the replay from the TMO, you can see the way that he actually moves, and then how he gets the ball down. It was ridiculous, but yeah, credit to him. That was a well-worked try actually from Hamish Watson, and yeah, that pretty much brought Scotland back within the game. Obviously Stuart Hogg was able to convert the tries that made it 24-all. Then literally the last 5 minutes of the game, it kind of decided what happened, and yeah, Ireland got a penalty off. I think it was a player rushing into a maul, and then yeah, Sexton was able to convert it, and more or less Ireland did win the game. And then ended up 27-24. So yeah, fair credit. Credit to Ireland, they've continued their dominance over Scotland within the recent years, and credit to that. They were very good throughout the whole game. And if I had to say my man of the match throughout that game, I'd say it's Sexton. I mean, Sexton was just to keep us cool within all the kicks and just kick all of them. Yeah, I'll definitely give it to Sexton within that game. He did well within that game. I'm not sure if I give him man of the match for the England-France game, but I'll probably edge it towards. That's a difficult one. I'm gonna say Itoje, just because he didn't give as many penalties as he normally does. You could say he didn't give as many penalties as you could say within that Welsh game, but yeah, obviously he got tries to his name, and yeah, he was very influential for the English within that game. But anyway, that's kind of it with this video. Just definitely like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, tell me if you guys were, what was your favorite try out of the round? Do you guys think Wales could win the Grand Slam next week? And I mean, this is gonna be such a interesting round for the last round, but more or less, I mean, I think Wales do have it in the bag, but we'll have to wait and see, because obviously they do play France away. But I mean, yeah, there's Ireland and England, that'll be another good game, and yeah, Scotland obviously have Italy, but yeah, we'll wait and see. But anyway, just hope you guys have a good day, and yeah, see you guys next time.